Reload is likely here permanently, and I've been digging around the internet trying to get a good idea of what people are thinking about the game mode. Love it or hate it, it's been pretty successful up to this point, consistently keeping a higher player count than standard BR. After looking around for a while, I threw together a list of some of the top critiques the community in general seem to have about Fortnite Reload. Be sure to let me know what you think about each point below, and if I missed something, of course, please let me know as well. The first major complaint that stuck out right away was people think this game mode is extremely sweaty. I've definitely had games of Reload where it's been extremely sweaty and I've been easily outmatched. On the other hand, I've had games of Reload, like the gameplay you're seeing right now, where I just absolutely go off against enemies who look like they've never played the game before. I'm not exactly sure if the skill-based matchmaking is the same for Reload as it is standard BR, but to me, through quite a bit of gameplay over the last week, it seems to be a bit more random. Also in this game mode, something I really can appreciate, it seems like because of the smaller number of players in each game, there are almost no bots, if any at all, which is a good thing. You always want to play against real people if you can. Also, just because of how new this game mode still is, it's quite possible that people are trying extra hard as they typically do at the release of a new mode or game mode or what have you. So, while there are some sweaty lobbies, I don't think I would categorize this game mode as sweaty, and whatever sweats are really in here, a majority of them should be gone after this whole newness and novelty of the game mode wears off. Another big critique seems to be that the best items in the game are way too rare. If you didn't know, there is a very rare chance of pulling a mythic or exotic item out of any given chest in Fortnite Reload. I believe the odds are something like 1 in 2,000 chests, so yeah, it's really rare. You're almost never gonna come across these items, but when you do, savor and seize that moment because these items are extremely strong and should help you be able to win these games. If you get that AR explosive rifle, that thing is nasty. The mythic goldfish one-hits anybody, and I even found this in a game. It was a sight to see, let me tell you what. The bottomless chug jug, the Midas drum gun, Sky's AR, and Jules glider gun are all a part of the loot pool too. Don't be surprised if you've never seen them in game because I pretty much haven't seen any except the mythic goldfish. So to the people who are truly complaining about the best items in the game being way too rare because of how rare they actually are, you know, it's not 1 in 100 or 1 in 200, it's an extreme long shot odds at 1 in 2,000 to get any of these items, I believe. I would say the likelihood of your game being affected by any of these items is so low that it's almost a non-existent and non-valid point, at least in my opinion. Next up, people have been complaining about the lack of a solo mode. Now, if you watched my previous video, I kind of broke this down in detail, so instead of me repeating, I'll let you hear from other people. So at the very top of this Reddit thread discussing Fortnite Reload, you can see numerous different people saying they would very much be playing more if there was a solo mode they could hop into for some quick games and practice and such. And then under almost every one of those posts, there is an argument about why solo mode wouldn't work. But I don't want to really hear any of that because it's not like it won't work, okay? Solo resurgence modes have existed all over different games for a while now. It's not some new idea. If Fortnite is going to take the Resurgence game mode, they can surely add a solo mode for it too, and either give you a certain amount of respawns, or make you do things like loot chests or get some kills to earn more tokens to respawn. Either way, something could definitely be worked out. You've literally got people in this thread saying that they are excited for duos to have come out because now they can solo duo instead of solo squad. Naturally, that's going to be a lot easier than trying to solo squad, but at the same time, we need to accommodate the very mass number of people who want a solo mode, and I truly think that it's coming very soon in the future. This specific Reddit thread here is asking people what they preferred, OG Fortnite or Fortnite Reload. Now, it's not an apples to apples comparison. It is definitely not a super fair one at that, but most people in this argument seem to be saying Fortnite OG. Many of the people who are saying Fortnite OG are saying that they still do like Reload mode, which I think most people do, right? It's got a familiar feel, but it's also new. It's not exactly the same, but it feels close enough. Warm Corgi 9378 says, Season OG is by far my favorite, but they both beat Chapter 5 for me, but neither one of them actually feel like Chapter 1. I feel that in my soul, neither one of these game modes is truly an OG game mode. For OG Fortnite, there were many things that did not even make an appearance. How can you call yourself OG Fortnite if Tomato Town is not in the game? I mean, really, if we're being truthful here, OG Fortnite would mean Chapter 1, Season 1, right? Like, it would be the earliest of the earliest. OG Fortnite did not have the volcano, it did not have Polar Peak, it did not have the prison, it did not have the Trump Tower in Tilted. Strangely enough, the Trump Tower did come back in Fortnite Reload in Tilted Towers. Needless to say, OG Fortnite was not truly OG, but it was the closest thing that we had gotten. Now, for Fortnite Reload, it's got plenty of OG POIs, but it in and of itself is not OG. I mean, we've never seen this map until a week ago. That's totally new, not OG. I know Lonely Lodge and Wailing Woods are two separate OG POIs, but I don't think combining them and calling it Lone Lodge is very OG. And I mean, have you seen the loot pool? Pretty sure all these mythics and exotics did not exist back then, as well as the Hammer AR. So yeah, neither game mode is actually OG. I guess OG Fortnite was a little bit closer, but Reload definitely is close enough that you can kind of have that suspension of disbelief to feel like it actually is. Another pretty concerning point people seem to have is, will Fortnite Reload last and have longevity as a game mode? Now, Epic has never said whether this is permanent or not, but what they have not done is say it's an LTM, and all signs indicate that it's probably permanent. People are very concerned that such a small map with such a low amount of players without a solo mode could struggle in the future. It'll definitely be interesting to see what kind of support Epic gives this game mode moving forward, but one thing we know for sure is that the Fortnite Reload map is currently labeled as an iteration, just like OG was last year, indicating it will probably update over time. If you don't remember, late in 2023 for Fortnite OG, every single week there was a major update that would move the game a little bit into the future to another season, add some different POIs, so on and so forth. It kept the game really engaging for that 1 month it was out. And since Fortnite Reload has that exact same label, it'll be interesting to see if they follow the same blueprint with the weekly updates to this map. If so, we should be very close to getting a major update tomorrow or the next day, since it's already been a week and tomorrow would be Monday. With such a small map, one major change is very much exaggerated, more so than it would be normally, just because it makes up a much larger portion of the map itself. Either way, it looks like we're primed for some good updates on Reload throughout the course of its life cycle to keep things really interesting and engaging, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what that is. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to let me know your thoughts below, and if I missed anything, be sure to let me hear it as well. Have a great day. Peace.